I've coached men from all around the world, all of whom have since dramatically improved with women. The following procedure is a proven method to getting a long-lasting girlfriend, but you're not gonna like what you're about to hear. This video is not about some trick you can pull. The procedure I'm about to reveal to you is designed to make a long-lasting change. This video is meant for those willing to make that change. Step number 1 is to tune. Tune like how a musician tunes an instrument before he can play it. The reason you can't get a girlfriend is simply because of your lack of social skills. Your looks, your race, the amount of money you have are definitely all factors, but the largest denominator by far is your social skills. Your ability to meet new people, make a positive impact on their lives, and to befriend them. The key to mastering this skill is just like mastering any other skill. You have to tune, practice, and repeat. In order to tune your social skills, you need to know what are good social interactions and what are bad social interactions. Some of us have no idea how to tell the difference. By reading the following 2 books, you'll be able to tune your knowledge on social skills so that you'll know what to look for. Read How to Win, Friends and Influence People, and What Everybody is Saying. These 2 books give you all the information that you need to know about social skills. Now that you know how to tell if you're having a good social interaction, you have to step number 2, practice. Practice what? Practice talking to people. The easiest way to do this is to start speaking to strangers. For my clients, I give them the assignment of interacting with 5 complete strangers a day. Talk to the people around you throughout your day, like your cashier, your bus driver, someone waiting on the line with you. Start with small, easy conversation starters. Things like, hey, what's the time? How'd I get to so-and-so? How's your day going? You may find people treating you weird at first. This is fine. All you have to do is tune your body language. After each interaction, use the knowledge of good social interactions that you've learned from reading those 2 books in the previous step to constantly tune your approach. Change the amount of eye contact you're holding. Change the angle you approach someone at. Adjust the amount you smile. All of these things, which are covered in those 2 books that we mentioned in the previous step. Keep practicing every single day until you can get a majority of positive interactions from complete strangers. For some, this may take a week. For others, this may take a month. Do not get discouraged if your improvement is slow. Remember, anything can be learned and anyone can learn them. By repeating this task on a daily basis, you'll also find that you'll become significantly less nervous around strangers. Your social anxiety will also drop dramatically. This is crucial for step number 3. Step number 3 is to make friends with strangers. Congratulations, now that you've gotten somewhat good at approaching people, you've learned how to give a good first impression. You've learned how to confront absolute strangers. You've overcome a large amount of social anxiety. Now the next step is to further your social interactions. This means having deeper conversations and eventually becoming friends with absolute strangers. I would tell my clients to attempt to have a deeper conversation with at least 2 of the 5 people they were to interact with on a daily basis. Check out the videos I have on deeper conversations and conversation skills. Use the information there and start making friends with strangers. After breaking the ice, dive deeper and attempt to build some sort of rapport with them. Talk about something that you have in common. Make a comment about something that's happening nearby. If the interaction goes smoothly, invite them out to hang out. Some will say no, some will say yes. Keep practicing till you get comfortable with building a bond with a complete stranger. Step number 4 is to retune. For steps 1 through 3, chances are you haven't been approaching people of the opposite sex that you find extremely attractive, probably because you were simply too nervous. But by now, you've gotten good at giving a good first impression and making friends. Your social anxiety has also dropped dramatically, but getting a girlfriend is slightly different than making friends. The social interactions are very similar, but there are some nuances that you'll have to tune. Read Models by Mark Manson. This book covers all you need in order to tune your interactions with potential romantic partners. It also teaches you a very important mindset you need to know in order to proceed. Step number 5 is to interact with members of the opposite sex that you find attractive. Similar to step number 2, instead, go out of your way to interact with the people that you find most attractive. This will dramatically reduce the amount of social anxiety you feel around them, which will make your future interactions flourish. For my clients, I assigned them the 100-month challenge. The goal of this challenge is to interact with 100 members of the opposite sex that you find attractive within a month's time. Any and all forms of verbal interaction with a woman you've never met before counts. Make sure you record all your interactions during this challenge and constantly tune your approach. Try to hold deeper conversations with some of these women. A lot of men in this modern age have a built-in fear of speaking with women. This challenge will absolutely destroy that anxiety. Now you know how to leave a good first impression. You also know how to build rapport and become friends with absolute strangers. And you've also been reducing your levels of social anxiety over the past few weeks or months. You've developed your social skills dramatically. By simply following steps 1 through 5, it's safe to say that you've developed social skills better than the large majority of people. You owe yourself a pat on the back. But step number 6 is where the real fun actually begins. Approach 3 women a day and ask them out on a date. You don't need a fancy pickup line. All I use is, "Hey, I thought you were cute, so I had to come and introduce myself." Introduce yourself and ask, "What's your number? I'd love to take you out on a date." I'm gonna warn you now, the majority of these women will say no to you. This is for a variety of reasons. They may already have a boyfriend. They might be going through something personal right now. They may have just gotten out of a toxic relationship. Never take a rejection personally. Mark Manson, who is considered to be one of the best dating coaches on this planet, openly admits that his rate of success with women is only around 8%. By approaching 3 women a day and asking them out on dates, you'll start to get yeses. Here is where you take them out on an actual date. It doesn't matter where you take them out to as long as it's a place that promotes interaction. So that means no movies. During the date, the one thing that's most important is to escalate physically. Make sure that she knows that you are sexually interested in her. Check out my video about the Kino escalation ladder. Honestly, you're gonna have a bunch of bad dates where you don't hit it off. It might be because you don't have common interests. It might be because she's batshit crazy. It might be because you simply don't like her views on life. Many times, there simply isn't a spark. But if you continue to talk to girls and taking them out on dates, you will eventually meet some where you both hit it off. Step number 8, you've made it this far. You've grown a lot. At this point, you will have women that you can go on dates with. Find the one that you enjoy being around the most and ask her out on dates more often. Congratulations, you now have a girlfriend. Steps 1 through 8 can stem over the course of a month to even a year. It really depends on how much effort you put into the assignments. Remember, there are no tricks that will get you a long-lasting girlfriend out there. You need to change your foundation and who you are at your core. This step-by-step guide molds you into a confident person who has exceptional social skills. This is what eventually gets you a girlfriend.